What's up, everybody?
Caleb, can you take us through the range of emotions that you felt throughout the course of this game? And it was actually pretty impressive to watch how vocal you were on the sideline with your teammates.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I was calm. Obviously some frustrating moments. Us just not doing our job. Us, not focus on the details. Us, those type of things that in these games you can't have. And so that was the frustrating part. That's where my frustration. That's where some of the early in the game, kind of me being vocal was coming from, the anger and things like that. Just because it wasn't guys out there not giving effort and things like that. It was just guys just not being on where they need to be at the right time and things like that. And so, we're going to go back. We're going to watch the film. We're going to fix it. But the great thing is we're moving on to the next round, and so we have a shot to be able to do that. And so, being able to stay calm through it, obviously use the frustration, being able to communicate with the guys even through the frustration so that when the moment comes up, we hit and we show up in those moments so we can go win the game.
Caleb, we've talked all season about how different this offense has been for you.
Yep.
Like calling the 25-yard, the pass to DJ Moore at the end.
Mm-hmm.
How well did the call work for you?
Yeah, it was a perfect call. We end up throwing a screen early in the game, and so it sets it up, to the same side, and so it sets it up, and then, being able to have that play call that we worked for, I think, the past 3 or 4 weeks, and just didn't use it in those other games, and then, in the right moment at the right time, Coach calls it just as he does, and the guys did a great job selling it. Obviously, DJ made a great catch. Just put the ball out there for him to, go out there, make a catch for us, and go win a game.
When did you see it? And what goes through your mind this split second?
Yeah, once we lined up, I actually knew that we were about to hit it. Just off the demeanor of the guys on the other side of the ball, just had a feeling that was going to be the one. And like I said, the guys did a great job. O-line did a great job blocking. The guys did a great job over there selling the fake, and then obviously DJ going up the sideline.
You said before that when the game's on the line, you want to be the one with the ball in your hands. But what's it like watching from the sideline when the defense is out there and you have Jordan Love marching down the field at the end of the game?
Pure belief. That's all you need. And you got belief in the coaches that they're going to call the right play at the right time. You got belief in the players that are on the field that are going to make the right play at the right time. And so the belief, all I said was to guys, you don't need to be Superman. You don't need to go and do anything crazy. You just got to go out there and focus and do your job. And those guys looked me in the eyes and said, "We're going to make it happen." That's what they said to me. And so the belief was there, the trust was there, and they went out there and made the plays when it counted.
When you came to the Bears, you talked about changing the history, rewriting your own history.
Mm-hmm.
One of the negative histories here has been this rivalry.
Yep.
What message do you think that you sent to the Packers this season?
Yeah. We're here. And I'm gonna be here for a while is my plan. And so, be here with Coach, win a bunch of games, be in these moments, and come out victorious. That's the mindset for right now this year. That's also a mindset for the future.
Caleb, the off-script ball you hit the Rome on that
fourth down.
Yeah.
Yep.
What did you see make that play?
Yeah, we ended up having like a looper or a blitzer. I haven't obviously gone back and watched it yet, and he ended up breaking through. And I felt the edge. I could have got around, and I knew where the play was going, and so I wanted to go in that direction with Rome, and just didn't have enough time to be able to sit there and throw a ball in the pocket, and wanted to go in that direction because I saw the space before when I was dropping back, and so I went in that direction, and honestly just understand it's fourth down. I gotta put the ball in play, Rome went and made a great catch, adjusting to the ball. I threw him upfield. I knew, I think 25 was trailing him, and so put it upfield a little bit. It creates an awkward angle for him and makes it a little bit easier catch for Rome.
Maybe you said you knew the game was over when you guys hit that pass. What was your mindset when you converted there?
Yeah, go win the game. That was my mindset. That drive and the drive before, that was my mindset throughout the drive. That was my mindset in that fourth down. And it's fun having that belief in your guys, from your guys, and also from Coach. Coach said in the headset, "I need you right here, and go make a play, kid." And we went out there and we did just that.
Caleb, how's your ankle?
My ankle's good. It was I ended up landing on his foot, and so my ankle was a little bit higher off the ground. I would say I have pliable ankles because I work on that, just making sure I don't have any bad ankle sprains and things like that. So it was a little bit higher off the ground, and I ended up landing wrong, and felt like my ankle bone touched the ground, but I haven't gone back and seen it. Yeah.
Caleb Ben talked about Colston Loveland just barely scratching the surface of his potential.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like over the past few weeks you have really started to form a bond with him.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think changed from the beginning of the season to now, and how has he become that for you?
Yeah. We got a home run with him, and that's something Coach said the other day to me. We were, sitting in his office, and everybody goes back to draft night, and why did we get Colston Loveland? Why did we do this? And why did we do that? And it's Colston Loveland. You know what I mean? That's who he is. He's one of the hardest workers on his team. He's there late. He's there early. His body language when he's on the field, all of that is I'm excited for what's to come. I'm excited for what we got, to show for these next couple of weeks, and then what's to come in the future for our trust, our bond, seeing different route concepts and being able to see different defenses and just honestly be on the same page, 99% of the time. I'm excited.
On the halftime men's message that
Yep.
this could be legendary. We can make this.
Mhm.
How did that resonate with you? Just hearing what his message was at that point, considering you guys were down 21-3.
Yeah, it was it's the only option we had. Was to go out there and be legendary, to go out there and execute, to go out there and do our part on the offensive side, defensive side, and special teams. Have each other's back. Go win the effing game.
Caleb then mentioned that hearing the noise from the Packers leading up to this weekend. Did you notice that? Was that something you took exception to, or what did your motivation from?
Yeah, they wanted us. That's what I heard. They wanted it, and they got it.
Caleb, you have a sense of how special this is for the fans in the city?
Sort of. In the sense of, obviously, I'm not out in the city and I'm not out, doing all those different things. But on game day, here tonight was special, and you could feel it. You could feel it from the fans. You could feel it, the energy. On that last drive, delay a game, false start, clock running low. It was chaos because of them. Obviously, our guys out there making plays and stuff, but they were a huge part of it. They were a huge part of this win. They were a huge part of where we're at today. And so we want to keep that going. Like I said, we want to make them proud. We want to make them happy to be Bear fan. And we're going to try and keep this going.
What's that experience like for you after the game and just this year having the fun back in football?
Yeah. Football is always fun. It's playing football is fun. Losing isn't. And so, just having this year so far, it's obviously a little bit more fun when you win. But this year has been a special year. The guys that we have in this building is unmatched. The brotherhood, the bond that we have is unmatched. And so we want to keep this going. That was my message to the team after the game. We got to fix whatever we got to fix. We got to start faster. We got to play better. We got to execute more. If we want to reach the goal, we want to reach. And it starts with, and happy to advance. But it starts with tomorrow. It starts with, whatever day we come back, because we have a goal in mind that we want to reach, and it starts with being 1-0.
Many of you been asked about Colston already, but it seems like he's more and more your go-to in these high leverage situations.
Yep. Yeah. High leverage situations, I believe in all my guys. OZ for the touchdown, he hasn't had many catches. With other guys playing a little bit more. OZ in that moment, DJ at the end, high pressure moment, makes a great catch. It's all the guys, and that's why all their stats are so even is because I believe in trusting those guys. I believe in trust that they're going to go out there and make a play for us at whatever moment comes. And whenever it happens, it happens. But I trust those guys. I believe in those guys with all my heart.
Caleb, Ben told us that he showed you guys the 28-3 Super Bowl
Yep.
between Atlanta and Patriots, and
Yep.
you heard from Joe Tooney, who was on the Patriots team. You heard from Grady Jarrett, who was on that Atlanta team.
Mhm.
What effect did that have on the locker room? Did that kind of play into this mentality that you guys have, that you can come back from anything?
Yeah, we've got the belief and faith, and that was something Coach brought up in the locker room. Is there's been teams in this situation. We've been in this situation kind of all year, and that's the frustrating part because we're such a good team, and we have such great coaches and such great players. But to be in those situations and to come out victorious, it's no fluke. It's no this happened. We're lucky. We've done it multiple times this year. It's been proven to be, for us to be a great second half team. And, in this, you can't get behind every game. In the playoffs, you can't get behind every game. You can't, have the miscues and things like that. And so we're going to go back and fix it. But if the game comes down to it, we're going to keep fighting. If the game comes down to the last play, if the game comes down to the last 2 minutes, I believe in us, and that'll keep going forever.
Caleb, when you hit DJ, I know obviously you're celebrating with your teammates, but do you look up around the stadium for a second or two just to see what's happening up there after that?
Yeah. You obviously enjoy the moments. You obviously enjoy being able to go out there and have those moments and scoring those touchdowns because you look up in the crowd and it's just electric. It's exciting. The energy from there and that point. I mean, they were rowdy. They were on it, and like I said, they were key in this game.
You realize, historically, not a lot of playoff matchups between the Bears and Packers.
Yep.
For years to come.
I'm in it, so it's hard for me to, I would say, fully recognize and things like that. But I do have an idea that it's big for the city. I think last time that this game was played was a long time ago in the playoffs, and it's only our third time I believe they said being able to go versus the Packers in the playoffs, and so it's exciting, it's fun, but for us it's just another game.
Have you been on a team like this that's never out of a game, especially when the original game might go sideways? Yeah, I've been on some. I've had some games throughout my career, some years throughout my career where, you gotta come back and go win a game. I've done that. I've been a part of it, and I always feel, with me out in the field, I feel pretty confident that until the clock hits zero, we got a pretty good shot.
You've always been very, very confident. Has
Ben
made you more confident this year? Just
I would say. He's helped with the confidence because it's you go out there and you read the defense and you believe. Obviously he has a track record of being one of the best offense coordinators, and right now he's for me he's top candidate for head coach of the year and things like that. But you go out there and I have these meetings with him, and our trust and our relationship, our bond has grown, and so when you have that trust and you got somebody that has your back, has your six. It's the confidence goes to the roof, and then you have the meetings. You have such belief in his play calling. You have such belief in your team, and who's out there on the field with you. Confidence goes to the roof, and then like I said, you have these meetings with him, and he tells you this play is for this, and just plan his offense, his scheme, and trying to play it well, keep the offense on the field, all these different things. And you go out there and you work so hard and you hit these plays and all these different things, and confidence just keeps growing. And so I would say yes, he's helped with the confidence for us as a team, us as an organization, but also myself.
Hey, guys, can you describe the moment when the clock hit zero? What that felt like?
Yeah, it felt great to have my first playoff win with these guys. It felt great being able to fight the way we did. And come out victorious, and it feels great to be able to move on to the next game next week, and be able to focus on that game. And other than that, man, I'm tired. I'm ready to go home and go to sleep. The the Bears. Thank you, everybody.